Well, hello everyone. I cleaned up the motor, took it to the machine shop, and had it magnafluxed, and got it back today. No cracks on the block. Not even the part number cracks between the water passage and the bolt holes. No cracks anywhere. All the valve seats look great. Cylinders look good. No ridge there. So now that I got a good clean bill of health with the block, I took a Ford bolt. I know that because there's a little Ford emblem on there, and took my grinder and sliced a couple little slices in the threads here and cleaned out all the bolt holes, all the threads on the bolt holes. Got that done. When I was washing the block up before the machine shop, I had taken my little wire here and cleaned out all the water passages that I could, and scraped all the cylinder walls. Went everywhere I could with this, got out all the rust, washed it out with a hose, and then took it to the machine shop. But anyway, when I got it back, I went at it again with this and got some more rust and sand and wire and all kinds of crap out of those water passages, but they're real clear now, nice and clean as far as the water passages seem to be. So I'm ready to go ahead and hook up my pressure testing kit, and I'm going to pressure check each side water passages. Okay, so I got my pressure test kit on this side, and I have 20 psi on the block, on the water jackets on this side. Now I take some soapy water and just look for any leaks around the bolts or anything, just so that you don't get a false reading of a leak in the block. I check around all the valve seats and everything inside here. You can do the cylinder too in case there's one crack. Basically soapy water everywhere and look for bubbles. And then I'll leave the pressure on there or I'll leave it alone for 20 to 30 minutes and come back and see what the pressure is. And if it's still at 20, there's no cracks. So I don't see any bubbles right here. If you get a bubble around a bolt or something, I just pull it out, put more sealant on it, put it down again, until it doesn't bubble anywhere around the bolts. Anyway, that's how you pressure check it. Also put a little soap water on here, but these bolts are not into the water jacket, so they don't really leak, but my little gauge setup could. Anyway, I'll just leave that there for 20 minutes at 20 psi and see if it goes down. Alright, it's been 20 minutes and the gauge is still exactly at 20 psi, so this side is good. I'll go ahead and unbolt it and swap it to the other side. So I use this Permatex 59235. It's a high temperature thread sealant and works really good. It stays pliable, which is nice when you retorque your head bolts and stuff. I used it on my Ford Flathead, and I use it on these pressure tests, and works really good. So that's what I've used, and I'm just putting a little bit on each bolt all the way around. And sliding it in there. Then I torque the bolts to 20 pounds. Then I'll put on the water side pump and test this side. And this side passed pressure check, so this block is good to go. Right on. Well, there's a couple interesting things on this block. Let me show you. One of them is it's pre-drilled here for a full flow oil system, or from what I've read, an oil cooler. The blocks that were used in military vehicles used an oil cooler. So what they did is there was a plug inside this passageway here. Between here and here there was a plug, so the oil pressure would come in here, go through the oil cooler, come back in here, and then go through the motor. This one, somebody has removed this plug, so it's just like a regular APA oil system now with a plug in here. But if you wanted to convert it to a full flow oil system, you could do that very easily. You just have to find the plug that threads inside this passageway here, between here and here, to separate this system here. Another one is this number here. Right here it says RC 42885 and a star. I wonder if that's for Royal Canadian something military. But who knows? It's all a mystery with these old motors. Okay, well, we're lapping the valves, getting them ready to clean up and reinstall. And the valve seats on this motor are really in good shape anyway. It's got hardened seats in all of the intakes and exhaust, and they look pretty good, but we're just lapping them just to make sure they're perfect. Alright, got the valves all lapped in, and they came out pretty good. And I just ran a really quick hone through the cylinder walls because they really didn't need it much, but just thought it'd be prudent while I have it apart, just really quick run through it. Now I think is time to do a final cleaning on it. Wash it down with soap and water outside, spray it down with WD-40, and then air hose it, or air blow it off. And then we'll start cleaning parts and putting it back together. Alright, so I got the block all cleaned up with hot water from my hot water tank and some Dawn dishwashing soap to get all the grease and oil out. Sprayed it down with WD-40, then blew it off with the air hose. Brought it in the garage, let it dry out a little bit, and then wiped it down with wax and grease remover, masked it off, and now we're going to spray a little VHT high temp primer on it and put a little paint on it.
Is there any spots that need it?
Well, we'll leave that light coat, and then we'll wait 10 minutes or something, and then we'll put another light coat on. Spraying a little color now, a little Ford red. Alright, well, the block's all painted, unmasked, and the next video should be us starting the assembly, so that should be fun. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys.